Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Elizabeth and I am coming to you from Sedona, Arizona at Thunder Mountain today, and I'm going to be doing the reading for October for the element of fire. So Aries, Leo, Sag, these are going to be your messages for the month, and this is also going to be a reading from the element of fire. So those of you who are looking to tap into the energy of fire, feel free to watch this video for messages as well. And fire, what does it rule? Well, fire is about our passion, the action that we take out into the world, our sexuality, our sensuality, as well as transforming and transmuting energy. If you want to tap into connection to spirit, fire is very closely related to things like ceremony, spirit, spiritual energy, and the energy that sort of like purifies, transforms, and transmutes. So I welcome you all, and let's just get started. I'm so excited. I've already done air and earth, so now we're moving on to fire. And we're going to start with a card from the Power of Surrender. It is a little bit windy. Hopefully my cards won't go flying away. And as always, I call in the divine with love and light. And I call in the archangels at the four corners of the world. I call in the six elements: earth, air, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today for this reading for my dear fire signs. I also invite in the energy of the ancestors and the galactics. And let's get you your first card from the Power of Surrender. What is the message for my dear fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag, for the month of October? And from the element of fire to the collective. One card, please. You can't make this up. This just came out for Earth, and it came out in a reading for the collective that I did last night. Surrender to creativity. It is about this mirror. It really is about this mirror. It's about reflections. And at the bottom of the deck, surrender, frustration. And what's evident in both of these cards is first of all, it's two women with sort of red hair, so the fire element coming in. There's a lot of red and orange there, so a nod to fire. And secondly, they're both in a field. One of them is sort of like a field of wheat, golden wheat, I want to say, and the other one, sorry, I'm just trying to get more comfortable, and the other figure is in a field of wildflowers. So it's talking about creativity with the wildflowers, abundance, and really like turning the mirror, first of all, seeing the beauty in the world and allowing your view of the world to be transformed in the month of October. There's been so much polarity and so much divisiveness and so much worry and so much frustration and anger and grief and sadness, and you name it. We've been feeling it collectively, worldwide, no matter what country you're in. You know, everybody has been feeling it in one way or another, and it is about the mirror. And in this mirror, there are butterflies around the mirror. So it is about like transforming the way that we see the outer world and seeing beautiful things again. You know, seeing beautiful things again. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. And then also turning the mirror back around on ourselves. If we have been projecting too much to the outer world about what we expect the world to look like, what we think it has to look like, and just being frustrated that it doesn't look the way that we necessarily want it to. It's about turning the mirror then around back on yourself. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup So you may approach the situation more calmly. Fire signs, you know, we have Mars moving through Aries and now it's in retrograde. So frustration, you know, is definitely a thing. Anger could be coming up, whether it's you or the people around you. You know, people are very, very triggered right now. But the great thing about October is that we have 2 full moons. So the first full moon is in Aries. So for all of you Aries, you're really going to feel this full moon during Libra season. So we have the Aries full moon on October 1st. And then at the end of the month, the last day of the month, October 31st on Halloween, we have a full moon in Taurus. So this month is very auspicious because we have 2 full moons, which is what they call a blue moon. So that second full moon is a blue moon, not because it looks blue, but because it happens so rarely. It doesn't happen all the time. So it's very auspicious. It's good luck. It's going to be a month of being able to manifest a lot, to change our perspective, to see things differently, to really come into a place of abundance and solving problems creatively, coming up with creative solutions, dissolving blockages this month is really, really the theme. And now I'm noticing this is like a little girl when you compare her to, it's funny how I see different things in different readings and I get different messages. So the message that I'm getting here is that this would be the adult and the child is like, turn around and look at me. It's calling, the inner child is calling, turn around and look at me. And I don't know if you can see, but inside of this mirror, there are butterflies. So there's like 1 or 2 flying on the outside, but there are butterflies reflected in this mirror. It's change and transformation and growth. It's coming out of a dark night. You know, where the caterpillar is cocooned and it's dark and it's icky and it's creepy and it's lonely and it's a little bit scary inside of that dark night. But when the butterfly emerges, it's been transformed and it can fly. And it's so closely connected to spirit. But the message I'm seeing here is this child is like to this full-grown woman, like, turn around and look at me. Remember the beauty that's in the world. Remember the beauty that's in you. And she's kind of holding her hand out as if she's receptive. She's not like this. She's sort of like holding her hand out like she wants to touch it, and then the other hand is on her heart. So your inner child may really be calling to you this month to really like step up and grab hold of that energy of the child that's filled with wonder. If you do have children, you know, this could be a nod just to your children this month. So we'll return to these cards. I want to get a card from Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray so that we could see what energy Ascended Master, God, Goddess is with the collective of fire signs this month, Aries, Leo, Sag, and see what energy is with the fire signs for the month of October coming in to support you, and also a message from fire to the collective. A message from fire. I'm seeing Master Jesus there about love and forgiveness and father healing. Kali Ma. Kali Ma, I see her too. Okay, one message. Ooh, okay, I feel like, yeah, that's too many. But Shiva was there. Shiva was one that wanted to come in. And it's funny because in the Earth reading, Ganesh came out, removing of obstacles. One message for my dear fire signs for the month of October, Aries, Leo, Sag. Aries, Leo, Sag for the month of October. Okay. White Eagle, Ancestor Spirit. I'm not surprised this is coming. And at the bottom of the deck, this came out in the Earth side reading. So this was the card for Earth signs, and at the bottom of their deck was Ganesh. So there is this light activation happening for fire signs as well. And the element of fire is coming in to say, like, even in the darkness, there is light coming in. Sanat Kumara is an advanced light being. A very, very highly evolved, advanced light being that comes into, like, I don't know if you can see the light language that's behind him, but it's about shining your light, your own internal guidance, your own inner light, like the highest order of light that wants to come in and light up the darkness. So we have White Eagle. And first and foremost, White Eagle is about environmentalism. So some of you may really be like, you know, active on the environmental front, really concerned about the environment because it is Native American energy. But it's speaking to your ancestors. Okay, and connecting into your lineage, and that a family wound or pattern can be healed right now. So that could be for some of you like what's in this mirror, and what you know, she is about to embrace, and what she's, you know, about to, like, what she's embracing, I want to say, is healing some family bloodline issues, patterns. You know, seeing where in your life some of your family wounding and family patterns are able to be healed in this moment. But it's also just like this deep connection to the land, a deep connection to the cycles of life, a deep connection to all living things, the interconnectedness of everything, from the land to the seas to the air to the waters, and really having a passion for that, and really, really being passionate about, you know, the earth magic, and about Gaia, and about just the Great Spirit. Yeah. That is a bluebird, in case you're wondering. That is a beautiful bluebird that is singing in a tree not too far away. Yeah, like, this is, you know, this is very sacred energy that's coming out for fire signs and from the element of fire. So I really love that. We're going to return to that. And don't forget this Sanat Kumara, this light activation. Okay. So let's see. We're going to go to the tarot now, and we're going to use Light Seers Tarot. And that's by Krisan. And I'm really doing my best not to have my cards fly away during these readings. It's not too windy out here today, so I think we'll be okay. All right, for my dear fire signs, I wish you could see this bird. It's so blue and beautiful. So could be a nod even to Archangel Michael coming in. Whenever I see, you know, bluebirds, it doesn't quite look like a blue jay, but you know, it's connected into the throat chakra, and communicating and expression, and using your voice and speaking your truth. And fire signs, you are very good at that. You are very good at saying the things that other people don't want to say. You are very good at being able to speak the truth. With Mars moving through Aries right now, those of you that do have a lot of Aries placements, you could be feeling like really extra right now, I want to say. But with a full moon in Aries, because it's like Libra is on your opposite end of the spectrum, this could be a time where Aries, you may be feeling a little bit depleted and a little tired. But the full moon in Aries, you know, sometimes it can be draining for an Aries when the full moon is in your sign, because the sun is in Libra. So it's like pulling the energy away from you, the sun being in Libra, okay? So for Aries, you know, I'm wondering how you're doing with this Mars energy and Mars retrograde in Aries, how that's going for you, what's coming up for you, Aries. And Leo and Sag, we'll see what wants to come out. Okay, so Aries, Leo, Sag. Let's get you your messages. Okay. So what are the messages for my dear fire signs for the month of October? Aries, Leo, Sag. 3 cards, please. Aries, Leo, Sag for the month of October. Okay. Here we go. First card out is the 8 of Swords. Second card out is the 9 of Wands, and the third card is the Magician. And at the bottom of the deck is Death and Rebirth. And there's that transformation that I was just talking about with that creativity. So the bottom of the deck is sort of like the underlying energy. It can be like the shadow. So lots of transformation that's been happening for the fire signs. Things coming to an end, new things beginning. Really like a letting go of things that no longer serve you, and being in a sort of portal, I want to say. That portal right there that leads into, you know, endless possibilities of cosmic information, death and rebirth, being at a 0 point because the lemniscate is there. You see that lemniscate at the bottom? To where, you know, this cycle of death and rebirth, and inside of the center of that infinity symbol is the 0 point where anything is possible, number 13. And that's also connected into, you know, the end of October, which we're getting into Scorpio season, and the season, you know, of Halloween, and, you know, the season of the witch, and where the veil becomes very thin. So for a lot of you, you know, this is going to really resonate if you are connected into that energy, that there's magic there, and the Magician coming out again, you know, and there's that lemniscate of really being able to create something new and work with what you have. But there's been, and now we have, you know, almost the lemniscate again with this 8 of Swords when you turn the 8 on its side. I really feel, Aries, Leo, Sag, like you are coming out of breaking patterns, breaking your own patterns, and the ending of this pattern of feeling, of being in your own mental prison, the things that go on in your head, the things that tell you that you can't, the things that keep you bound. We have a second mirror now. Here's 2 mirrors. Here's where she doesn't want to look in the mirror. Or we could say that she doesn't want to look in the mirror. She's looking up. She's covering herself. She's looking up. And the reflection is blindfolded. It's bound. And there's all this, you know, chaos of mental energy around her. So now we've got 2 mirrors. And if you see what's happening here, it's about turning around and facing the mirror. And I just said this, it's so crazy. You might want to watch the earth reading. I just said this in the earth reading, but now we have 2 mirrors here. And in this one, like, she is not looking, but I feel like that is what you have been faced with, that you've been faced with it. And I feel that you've already looked in that mirror. Like, it's signifying to me that she has turned around. She knows she's there. She knows what's in that mirror, and that's why her hand is out, like, I know you're there. And her hand's on her heart, so she's really working on opening up that heart chakra, and leaving this in the past. I really feel like this is where you've been for a while, is trapped in your own head. And you've because the 9 of Wands came up, and that's why I know that you've moved through this 8 of Swords, that you're finished with that pattern, that is this this pattern, this family wound or pattern. This could be something that you learned in childhood, right? This could be something that you've learned in childhood is, I want to say this is like, I can't do that because, I can't do this because, I'm not good enough. I don't have enough money. I don't have the skills. I can't because I don't have enough support. I can't because I don't have the tools that are necessary to complete the project, do the thing, have the relationship, be the person that I want to be. That's over for you. Something has happened because you've been through this death and rebirth, and the death and rebirth energy is slower moving. It's scorpionic, it's Pluto. It moves very slowly. So this has been a process for you fire signs. And this is also a message from the element of fire. So this is about transformation. The underlying energy here is of transformation. The butterfly, the death energy. It's about transforming really what we see in the mirror when we look at ourselves and what we're capable of. The Nine of Wands is a card of Sag, and this is coming out about perseverance. You know, this is the wounded warrior. So, you know, you've been to battle, you've been through many battles, and you're still standing, and your flame is still lit, fire signs. Your flame is still lit. You're standing there. You have a clearer understanding of boundaries. So the things that have hurt you in the past, the things that have held you back in the past, you're not going to let that happen anymore. You have a very clear understanding of your own boundaries. Like, look at her. She's rough and tough, you know. And look, she's in one piece. You know, she's not tattered and torn. Her head is held high. Her flame is burning bright. So this is a testament to your perseverance, your definite perseverance through a transformation. You've been through a transformation, and I really believe that a lot of it has been about healing patterns that you learned in childhood that perhaps were even your parents' patterns that you sort of inherited. White Eagle, I think of like inheritance with him. You know, there's so much wisdom here. Like, what did he teach all of his children? What did his tribe learn from him? All of the amazing lessons and knowledge that he taught his tribe. So what did your parents, your tribe, what did your elders teach you, fire sign? And out of that, what is still worth keeping, and what were the things that you didn't want to look at that you're ready to let go? Because also part of this is letting go, right? But it's a nod to the child within. It's a huge nod to transformation, that there's been a big transformation for you. And with the Nine of Wands coming out next to the Magician, it's like you are ready. You're ready to manifest. This month in October with these 2 full moons, you're going to be able to release what you don't need and like manifest whatever you want this month. You've got all of the tools that you need. You're an alchemist. You have the magic. You have the power. You look at how like amazing this figure is. He's like, I want to say he's been to like the mystery school. You know, he's been through the mystery school, and I feel like this death and rebirth for you, this energy, this transformation that's been slow moving, it's been a process in your life, that was the mystery school for you. I'm just noticing he has, I don't know if you can see it, he has a Merkaba, Metatron's cube, tattooed on his arm there, and that is the vehicle for ascension, the Metatron's cube. I almost wore mine today. Anyway, he has the Metatron's cube on his shoulder, and it's a vehicle for ascension. So you definitely have been through an ascension. You've had an ascension, and now you're able to alchemize all of the elements, the earth, the air, the fire, and the water. You know, you have all of the aces. You've got the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. You've got all of them. And now it's just going to be up to you as to what you want to do. You know, it seems like it has been frustrating for you. Maybe there were doors that weren't opening for you in the way that you wanted them to, and you almost like, with this Nine of Wands, I feel like you were going to push through them. You know, like you were pushing through some doors, because honestly, she doesn't look very frustrated, and she doesn't look very frustrated either. So I think that this period for you has come to an end, but it is about centering yourself, staying centered, you know, staying really centered. There is a lot of fire around you with this creativity, and you see all of the orange and the red and the yellow. It's a nod to all of the lower chakras where like all of the fire is. This is like, you know, I said to air signs, it's the Kundalini. It's the Kundalini energy. It's the fire, the primal fire. Even the flowers in this field, they're red. You know, they're red. They're both in the field during sunrise or sunset, you know, so it's a link back to the sun as well. And the red in their hair is like all of the fire. It's such beautiful energy that's coming in for you, like massive perseverance, transformation. The elders are with you. And this is also speaking to me about the knowledge that you carry as a fire sign. You know, this intrinsic knowledge that fire signs come in with in their incarnation. There's a reason you were born a fire sign. There's a reason we were born in anything. So when people say like, you know, I was born this way, I can't help it. Well, you chose to be born that way. You don't think that you had anything to do with how you were born or what you were born or what you were born into. And I know that this can be a hard pill to swallow. If you say, like, think of the worst circumstance. Why would anybody choose to be born under that circumstance? Because on a soul level, they agreed to move through some really powerful and hard lessons as part of their soul's growth. So on a soul level, you were born in Aries, Leo, Sag because you wanted to be. You came in with an intrinsic wisdom, really, really deep wisdom. So you may even be stepping up as a leader right now, as an elder in your peer group, in your family, with some really important wisdom that you need to share. And a lot of this, I'm really feeling a link to environmentalism for some of you, that the environment, that earth is really important to you, that the energy, you know, preserving the land is important to you. And even just getting out onto the land and doing some ceremony this month, especially as we approach Halloween and, you know, and the season of the witch. It's funny because all of the other messages, all of the other elements so far had big love. There was like a lot of love in this situation, and I'm not really seeing any love messages right now, but since it's Libra season, I am going to pull you a Whispers of Love oracle card. I'm so loud that I wonder if people can hear me. Sorry. They're getting free tarot readings. Okay, so let's get you a Whispers of Love oracle card, and then we can always pull a few more tarot cards if we feel like it. I've got other oracle decks, but since we're in Libra season, and Libra is all about partnerships, it's ruled by Venus and love and all of that good stuff, I want to get everybody a Whispers of Love and just see what's going on in the emotional realm, in partnership, even if it's just in the partnership with yourself, your family, the people that are nearest and dearest to your heart, your partner, calling in a soulmate or a relationship. Let's get one card for my dear Aries, Leo, Sag for the month of October. And remember, guys, these are general readings. They're not going to resonate for everyone. The heart of the matter. There is more going on than meets the eye. 22, you got a master number. So 22, this is such a beautiful card. Yeah, this is what I was talking about with White Eagle Spirit. This is like the angel of the animals, the angel. Wow, you guys, you may really have a calling to the animal kingdom, because I'm feeling like this is you, really wanting to protect. It's the children. Okay, first and foremost, there is a child there, and it's all of these animals, animals of the land, animals of the air. There's even people down there. There's mythical creatures like unicorns. There's a kingdom. There's even like a woman coming out of a little like knoll in the hillside, and she's saying shh, to like the baby that's sleeping, like don't wake the baby that's sleeping. Another nod to the inner child. So again, first and foremost, I'm seeing this as you being a protector of the land, being a protector of the animals, being a protector of the children. Really coming in with this elder wisdom, with this energy of wanting to be a protector. Your spirit guides are very powerful, and they are very old, and they are connected to the sacred land, fire signs, okay? This is a big energy. And if you Google, you can actually read some channelings by people who channeled White Eagle years and years ago. I believe that there's even like a kind of church in the UK that's dedicated to the spirit of White Eagle. It's some interesting, very, very interesting thing. So maybe look into that. But the heart of the matter, there's more going on than meets the eye. And I'm feeling like this is something that you have discovered recently. There's a kind of awakening that's happened with you, an awakening to your purpose with this death and rebirth, an awakening to what's going on in the world, like what's really going on in the world, and that ultimately I don't know, I'm feeling like you are coming in as an angel for people. And I'm seeing a butterfly in here. I'm seeing Cernunnos. I wish you could really see this card up close. Pan, he's with his flute, the horned one. I'm seeing the circus monkey. I'm seeing, like I said, a unicorn. There's a little, I want to say gnome, like a little gnome that's in the earth. There's a tiger, a very, very, very fierce tiger here. There is a mythical castle. There's a mermaid. There's a crab, a giant crab. There, it looks like we even have Poseidon or Neptune in there. There's a magician in there. I mean, there's so much happening here. And really, we could say that this is all the dream of this child. So I'm wondering if some of you had very prophetic dreams as children, that when you were a child, that you had visions, that you were visited by creatures, beings, angels, and maybe there's some kind of remembrance happening here. That's part of this surrendering here. There's some magic that wants to be turned back on for you right now. I was saying with the Metatron's cube on the magician's arm that there was an ascension that happened for you, or that's happening for you. Really tune into your dreams and your soul memories. There's a peacock there. Don't be afraid to shine. Do not be afraid to shine and show your magic. You're super magical right now, fire sign. Energy is working through you this month. And there's no more of this. There's no more of this. You've done this enough. That loop, you've done it enough. The 8. You're being reborn. On the earthly plane, this is how people may see you. This, I want to say, is like you're rising. This is maybe how people see you. Pretty confident, pretty tough, passionate, determined, action-oriented, will speak their truth, has clear boundaries, very strong, very, very strong person. That's how people see you. That's like you're rising. But really, this is who you are. What can you dream up this month? And where is it coming from? It's a big energy, fire sign. Surrender to that creativity. Hold out that mirror, right? And allow the reflection to come back and inspire you in whatever way, shape, or form that is. Wow. Wow, I'm really taken back by this. Okay, let's move on and get you a message from your spirit guides, okay? So maybe let's call in, the collective spirit guides for fire signs. So, and also ask, let's ask for a message from White Eagle, and then a message, we'll get two, and then a message from the collective fire sign or fire spirit guides. Okay, so the first message I want to get from White Eagle. So one card from White Eagle to my dear fire signs, please. Listen. Beautiful. You have to be willing to listen if you want to really understand someone. Now is not the time to be offering advice, but to be a compassionate listener. To listen fully and intently means to pay attention, not just to what's being said, but to what lies beneath the words. And there is a butterfly again. So people may really need you. That's why I was saying I feel like you are coming in with a lot of wisdom, almost as like a wise one, an elder within your group. And maybe people aren't ready to hear your message just yet. And it may be too intense for some. You do carry the intensity of a fire sign. But it doesn't mean to block off your, your throat chakra, fire sign. But that listening is going to be important this month. So if someone needs you, just listen. If you're in a situation where if you are having any disagreements with people and it's your instinct to just start speaking straight away, practice listening first. Maybe that's kind of like part of this death and rebirth for you. Is fire signs, you're so initiating, always initiating things, but just to take a step back and listen, that maybe that's been part of your transformation. So that's a message from White Eagle, and that even could be just about listening in general, just listening to your own inner knowledge, your own inner voice, your own inner wisdom, listening to the sounds of nature, listening to the sound of the ocean, listening to the sound of the wind, listening to the sounds of the forest, to get out into the elements, listening to the magic. And then you got two more. Wow. A child's love. So this is a message from your spirit guides. The love between a parent and a child is one of the most precious and deep connections we make during our time on earth. Children start out as part of us, and from their first cries, they establish themselves as the biggest parts of our heart. And initially, I was saying with these two cards together, this really about this being a nod to some of your children, or if you have younger siblings or nieces and nephews, or if you're a nurse and you care for children, or if you're a babysitter or a nanny and you care for children, that children are really important right now. More butterflies. Butterfly is definitely like on your totem right now. And musical notes. So Spirit really wants you to embrace your own inner child, have some fun, sing and dance, It's so interesting. There's pennies here. Pennies and a green feather, a yellow butterfly, an orange butterfly, music notes, pennies. So that's good luck, right? When you see a penny, pick it up all day long, you'll have good luck, and they're all heads up. And a green feather, so that's connected into the heart chakra. And children. The love between a parent and a child is one of the most precious and deep connections we make during our time on earth. Children start out as part of us, and from their first cries, they establish themselves as the biggest parts of our hearts. If you have children, it really is a nod to like just loving your children so much right now. But also, you know, it's about the inner child and connecting into song and, you know, and music and dancing, and there's a rainbow there, you know. So it is about blessings and love and acknowledging your own inner child, because the next card is light. So you got 2 cards from your spirit guides. Imagine yourself as a being composed of energy and light, because in reality, that's precisely what you are. You are a powerful being, and people are attracted to your brilliance. This is a time to remember how vibrant you truly are. Message from your guides. They see you. They see how much light you carry, even in your most frustrating times, even in your darkest of times. You know, even in the darkest hours, even when you felt the most wounded, you are still carrying this light. You're a bright light, and other people are going to be attracted to that. So it is about, like, you know, the lessons that you've learned, because the 8s are also lessons. 8 of Swords, it's the lessons that we've learned. You know, the lessons that you've learned, because we do go from an 8 to a 9, so there was progress there, right? That's why I said you've come out of this. Progress from the 8 to the 9 is just remembering, you know, you're composed of this really brilliant energy, fire signs, that other people are going to be attracted to it. A lot of people are going to be attracted to it. They're going to want some of that light. So just to remember, you know, to hold some of it for yourself, but that you're the magician. You can constantly replenish, but just to, you know, be clear about your boundaries, about who's going to have that light, and maybe who, you know, who's not worthy of it. So it is also about knowing that. So yeah, what a beautiful reading. Let's finish off with we'll get you a card from the Crystal A-Lab Oracle deck, and then I'm going to pack up because the sun is going to go down in a little while. I guess I'll do the water reading. If you're a water sign, I'll be doing the water reading on Friday, and then I'm going to do a reading for the 5th element, and that's spirit. So this month, we're going to have earth, air, water, fire, and spirit. So we'll have 5 elements, 5 elemental readings for the month of October. And then I was really thinking about what to do. I'm not going to take that one because I'm talking. I was really thinking about what to do with regards to each individual sign. And I'm wondering if maybe I should just do love readings for each sign, like maybe like 30-minute love readings for each sign for the month of October, because, you know, it's Libra season and it's Venus and partnerships. So I'm still kind of trying to work that out as to what I want to do. Okay. Mercury, you know what? I'm talking. I'm going to focus here. Okay. So may I please have 1 card, please, for the element of fire for the month of October. Okay. They're all falling out. I'm not going to take them. 1 card, please, for the month of October for my dear fire signs. Jupiter, beautiful. So there's blessings coming, and Jupiter is the planet of expansion and good luck and fortune and travel and knowledge and wisdom. You know, it rules Sagittarius. So it says, and there's Sag here, so this is a nod to Sag. Expand and flow with grace and gratitude to gain what you wish. So I think this really goes back to this magician and what this magician, you, are conjuring up this month, and that it is blessed. and that what you focus on, you expand. You know, that is the rule of nature. That is the law of nature, is that what you focus on, you expand. So for a time, maybe this was where your focus was. Maybe this was just where you needed to be. And in this portal of transformation, you know, of this death energy and this portal, you know, you've come out anew. And now just remember, what you focus on, you expand. And Jupiter brings blessings. He's very benevolent. You know, it's good luck, it's serendipity, it's synchronicity, it's being in the right place at the right time. And it's also travel and expansion and knowledge and all of that good stuff. So, hi. So I think we're going to finish up here because I see some people coming up. But that was your message for the month of October. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you all real soon. Take care, and I wish you all nothing but the best. Bye-bye.